Good morning, students. I welcome you all back to our chapter, that is why do we fall ill. Till now we have studied various topics in this chapter about health and its failure, then distinguish between the health and the disease free. Then we studied about the acute and chronic diseases, then some of the causes of diseases. Then we studied about some of the infectious agents. Okay, so today we are going to learn about why do we need to understand the characteristics of these infectious agents. Okay, so when we read about these infectious agents, then in a better way we can find out which medicine would work on this or which infectious agent. So some of the characteristics of infectious agents are that you have to remember is virus live inside the host body. Number two is bacteria do not generally live inside the host body. Virus, bacteria and fungi multiply very quickly. That is why we fall sick or our infections increases very quickly. And worms that do not multiply quickly. So this is the first part that you need to remember, these points about the infectious agents. So let's have one example how penicillin can help fight against a bacteria. Penicillin is an antibiotic. Okay, so what is the function of an antibiotics? Antibiotics that are generally used to block the growth of bacteria. Okay, it inhibits the growth of the bacteria, and the bacterial cells grow by creating a cell wall. Okay, that protects them, they protect themselves by the formation of a cell wall. But what is the function of a penicillin, which is an antibiotic? It does not allow the growth of a cell wall around the bacteria, hence it is easy for the bacteria to die. Okay, so that is why penicillin is used for fighting against the different kinds of bacteria. This topic we have already studied in our Zoom class. Okay, so again I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, so we are going to study where do the disease causing germs live in our body. Okay, so here there are number of tissues and organs in our body where these microbes can get attached to. Okay, as we all know, like various or like the or disease causing germs, what they can do, they can affect or they can attack on any parts of our body. Okay, so depending upon the entry of those microbes decide where they will go. For example, if a microbe enters through the nose, they will go and settle at the lungs. Why? Because lungs is again and the nose, they are the respiratory parts. Again, if you see the signs and the symptoms of the disease, only those organs and tissues are seen affected. For example, if they have entered through the nose, so the respiratory part would be affected. For example, lungs would be affected, there will be blockage in the alveoli. So these kinds of symptoms and signs would be showing up. But there are some common diseases also that are not tissue specific. For example, inflammation. Okay, this one is our body has immune system in which it creates the cells which can fight against the disease causing germs. As you all know, the immune system generates few cells which would fight against any of the foreign agents that is entering our body. While the process of recruiting cells to kill the infectious agents that is present in our body, this is called as the inflammation. During this process, inflammation process occurs. And how does it how would you identify the inflammation process is going on? So there would be different effects in our body such as fever, swelling, reddening, itching. These kinds of symptoms you can see over there. Hence we can say that likelihood we are going to affected by the disease is determined by the immune system of our body. So that means even the immune system of our body determines what kind of disease is affecting us. So there are some principles of the treatment. Okay, so we may treat an infectious disease in two ways: by killing the infectious agents or by reducing the effects of the disease or during the symptoms. That means first of all we can directly kill the agent that is causing this disease, or we can reduce the effects that is caused by the disease. Okay, and reducing the symptoms. And how we can reduce the symptoms? We can reduce by taking rest to conserve our energy so that our immune system can fight against the disease. When we are conserving the energy, those energy would be utilized by our immune system to fight against the diseases. Second one is by taking the medicine to reduce common symptoms such as fever, pain, hence reducing the disease. So first one is by taking rest to conserve energy, and second one is by taking medicines. And third one is we can kill the infectious agents in our body by the following way. How we can do? We can take the medicines that would kill them, such as antibiotics and antiviral medicines. If you will take these antibiotics or antivirals, they would directly kill the pathogens, and then our body would be cured from any kind of certain kinds of diseases. So that's it all for today. We'll be talking about this topic, principles of the treatment or the principles of the prevention in detail in our next video. Thank you, students. See you all in our next video. Bye bye.